Hello and welcome to Scrambled World, my campaign for Victoria 2, a game also by Paradox Interactive, the same as Hearts of Iron 3, except this one's more focused on industrial output of your nation and your trade capability, but more so than warfare. This series I shall be playing as France, one of the noob factions, I guess, to the game, allow people to learn it a lot easier. And my goal is just to try and conquer as much of the world as possible before the end of the game. The only limitation I've been putting on myself is I cannot take land from other European powers in Europe. I'm not gonna have border gore or whatever. I'm gonna just stay, unless it's as like Lorraine and Germany takes it from me. Then I will take that back. Besides that though, all my political and territorial dealings will be dealt with in areas outside of Europe. Let's get started. Now, you're gonna have to excuse me, it's been maybe 6 months to a year since I last played this game, so my skills are a bit rusty. But I remember I used to be very good at making sure that my people are properly exploited. Wait, I remember, you always wanna, like, there's a bunch of map modes down here. Check for the different availabilities of like resources or colonial regions. As you can see, just for a random example, if we wanted to colonize West Morocco, colonial range we're within because we have a naval base nearby, but we need a couple of techs in order to, like, research techs in order to colonize it properly, which we do not have. We need colonial negotiations, which can be found underneath breech-loaded rifles. It's one of the inventions you get. So in 1850, there's a chance we'll have access to colonial negotiations. So it's going to be interesting. You can also use mouse, keyboard, shortcuts, whatever. I normally don't. So this is weird. I'm trying to make sure it's not too tutorial-like, but at the same time I want to make sure everyone has an understanding of what may be going on the screen at the same time. So normally medicine's a good one because you get a bonus to prestige. Oh wow, I just completely skipped over great power rankings. Yeah, we're third in the world when it comes to being a great power, which means our combination of prestige, industrial power, and military power is such that it makes us one of the top powers in the world. So prestige is just pretty much an accumulation of your nation's culture, history, whatever. Just stuff in general that helps increase the general well-being of your nation, I guess. How proud they feel about themselves. And their industrial might is pretty much, as it says, how many factories, how many workers you have. And military is just how much you spend on military, not necessarily how many troops you have. So, yeah, that's what I forgot to do. Just tidbits here and there. For the administrative map mode, if you have a province with full administrative efficiency, it's going to have a lot less negative events happen. It's also going to provide a better income overall to your nation. So it's always the sort of thing you want to do. Yeah, I'll just encourage immigrants wherever you can, and then check back in that map mode every once in a while. Looks like we're losing money. I normally don't fiddle around with these sliders too much, simply because it's just one of the things I don't do. I mean, I set education and administration to 100, so that increases the budget. It makes people more likely to become clergymen and bureaucrats to, one, increase admin efficiency, which is the bureaucrat's job, and clergymen educate your population, and also, not as well known, but they also convert people to your nation's culture, which is good in the colonies. Because a colonial state in your nation will not provide a good enough location to provide industry, and but if it becomes a proper state, like you get enough of your people, of your culture into it, it eventually is allowed to produce its own factories, which kind of shortens the travel time back to the mainland. Though some players do not do that because, well, I normally don't do that because of historical reasons, like, you know, might as well send all the raw goods back to France and then ship out the finished products back out. Just artificial trade in a sense. Now, since I do not like the Unionist Party, I'm going to switch to Republican. Oh, can't. And trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover before I start. Yeah, we're gonna lose a lot of money. But wait a second. Okay, once I let time tick by, I might be able to. Because the Unionist Party didn't allow me to raise taxes all the way, which is what I'm gonna have to do. You know, screw the poor. We need all the money for the state. And we can lower tariffs again, back to about 5%. Okay, Lubeck just went bankrupt, that normally happens first in the game. Yep. Also, as a great power, you can influence nations, and by doing so, like, you get this priority fin, and when you do that, your influence of that nation builds up to a point where you become friendly. Right now I'm cordial. If I become friendly with Switzerland, and I get 100 influence in this little counter, then I add them to my sphere, which means I get access to their market and they get access to mine. It just provides easier ways of selling your finished goods and get you more money. It's always nice. So just I'm gonna try and focus on a couple of nations. Who else? Everyone might. I'll try. And Spain and Britain normally go for Brazil. If I can get them, that'd be a good idea. So, Christians versus France. Now, normally, I don't know if people normally do this, but I'm just gonna try and establish a casus belli or a reason to go to war against Tunis, so I can take that land to make my borders all nice and pretty. Besides, I don't want to get into a war with the Ottomans just yet, so might as well take it now rather than later. Ooh. Pierre and Miquelon can become a state, which is alright. I mean, it doesn't really provide anything to France on the whole. It's just 540 something Frenchmen living on an island near Canada. And I was forgetting to check on the administrative map mode. It looks like we got 100% Ile-de-France, and now we can just cycle through every single province or state and look for opportunities to increase our administrative efficiency. And it looks like there's a massive war going on between Britain and Prussia. I think that's the Treaty of London's gonna pop for Netherlands if they lose this war. They shouldn't though, because they got Prussia helping them. Even though I gave military access to Britain. And now that they're in my influence, I'll just lower it down to 1. We don't need to have active influence on them all the time. Let's see. They're not falling just yet. What's this? Democracy. No. Who wants that? Not me. Don't need allies in this war. And you guys should be. That's cavalry and infantry. You should be able to just take out them pretty quickly. And the problem, like, my only issue with this game is it seems, Austria, it seems like all the troop population, or pops as they're called in this game, they all deteriorate so quickly, so it really encourages you to not lay siege for that long of a period or take too many casualties, or else you might find yourself not being able to reinforce your armies with the correct number of troops. That sucks. Okay, we got 2 navies, which I need to start focusing on. Open, subsidize. I just subsidize everything because even though it might get expensive, it just makes. What? No. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I forgot what I was saying. That sucks. I'll remember eventually. Not defeat Tunis's army, because once it's gone, they're gonna have very low chance of being able to recruit another army. It's gonna be good for us. We got Sardinia, Piedmont in our sphere of influence now. Second time I've heard this song since I started recording today, which is alright. It's a good musical backdrop, but it seems like there's not very much variation in the soundtrack for this game at the moment. Maybe it just repeats the same songs, who knows. And you can see here, these soldiers cannot reinforce because the population of soldiers that it was drawn from is just too small now to support it. Which means I'm going to have to probably disband these troops and put them somewhere. Or not somewhere, I'm going to have to raise them somewhere else out of a different province. Make sure we can properly reinforce when they need to. Netherlands. Oh, Netherlands took Belgium. Interesting. This is, yeah, it's a colonial region. A lot of French people though. Fantastic news. Life reign is more important than consciousness of capitalists. Considering I think I have only 1,000 of them, so doesn't whatever they think has no impact on the actual state of my nation. Just realized I'm gonna have to do this because what do I currently have? Avant-garde intelligentsia is just so bad. It provides such a bonus to cultural tech, but no one actually needs that much bonus to cultural tech. It's just not the greatest for my strategy. I prefer military industrial complex or corporative industrialism. Or secret balance, whatever. Just lower your militancy. I just realized that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. There we go. And who can we influence? Brazil. Okay, no one else seems to be catching up. No one else is doing anything. No one else is doing anything. Looks good. Do I have access to... I normally don't like building any to wind-hulled ships. I much prefer to build steam transports. Okay, there we go. And you can get... Marseille should have a port. But it's 2 on. I just gather all the ships in La Rochelle. And yeah, not worth it. Yeah, worth it. I'm gonna get rid of the entirety of this navy. I'd very much rather have a bunch of steam transports. Now I do not know if it's the case in the, like this, what do I have? Heart of Darkness, but in the original game, steam transports used to be OP and you could just only have them for the entirety of the game and they would just destroy every other unit. I believe they might have nerfed them a bit since I last played, but who knows for sure. And we got a good-sized fleet. Gotta make sure it's all nice and proper. I'm gonna send some troops. Probably to Senegal. Maybe Ivory Coast. Always just sort of... Oh, I actually do have some troops down here. I'm gonna probably do something over here soon. Take control of most of Malaysia. Consciousness is always better than militancy. If people of high consciousness tend to migrate out of your country, so not as bad as militancy, which causes them to revolt and stuff like that. Russia's trying to send 30,000 troops to Channel Islands, but British keep blockading them. Actually kind of funny. Okay, Portugal, sure. Spain's still great power, right? Nope, they're about to fall. Ottomans have not fallen. Netherlands is pretty powerful, but I mean, that's alright. Sphere of influence. I like how it color codes the world to show you who's has influence over what. And over Stoner, okay. That's nice to see. Looks like we control most of let's say Northern Italy, but that's not the case. I'll put some points in the Two Sicilies. It's always nice to have like Two Sicilies is the most powerful of the Italian states, or maybe they're equal to Piedmont. So it's always nice to have them because even if they are smaller than yourself, you're going to be powerful enough to provide a distraction at least to whatever enemy you're going against. I just realized I've been perpetually at war and I didn't even do anything about it. Here you go and teach to Zer. We're gonna need not capitalists, I need to stop clicking capitalists. I need quite a bit of bureaucrats in Azlek, Lorraine. Might as well regain a bit of prestige. And influencing people rather quickly. Then we're gonna go after Algeria, or yeah, Algeria after this. There we go. So you guys can, you know, give us what we want. Give us what we want, what we really, really want. That was bad. They're at war with Portugal. Okay. Might as well just rack up our infamy. Okay, for the infamy, whenever you are caught making a claim or whatever, your infamy goes up, and once it reaches 25, like currently we're at about 12, once it reaches 25, you, a bunch of people can just declare war on you for no reason at all, called War of Containment, and it's, what happens is if you, lose it, you lose like half your army and income for like 10 years. And, but all your infamy goes away, but you're just pretty much crippled for like a tenth of the game. So you're kind of encouraged not to let it run too high. That's the general feel of things. Now, there's two ways to play this game. There's one where you just let the capitalists build all the factories, which is what I'm kind of letting them do at the moment. There's, well, as I'm a Republican, my economic policy does not allow me to build factories. It only allows me to subsidize them and fund them if they're in the funding tab. If I had the legitimist party with state capitalism, it would allow me to allow the government to build factories. But I'm fine like this. It just allows me to max and invest in all the different projects that are going on. Besides, I'm pretty sure the capitalists have a better idea of what's going on with the different resources in the different areas. A much better idea than I do. Just keep funding everything as you have the money. I normally don't pay too much attention to elections, because I can just change whatever to whatever party I want to afterwards. Okay, we got some stuff out of Two Sicilies. Quite a lot of... oh, what did I say? We got quite a lot of influence across the world. And by world, I mean Europe and South America. And I might as well just go for most of South America, because if I don't take it, almost nobody ever does. I mean, it's going to prevent wars from breaking out down there. I'm doing my part to keep the world safe. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. When it comes to colonies, after Algeria, like I'm gonna finish off the tip of North Africa sort of thing. Probably won't go for Egypt because that's just a can of worms if everyone influenced it for the Suez Canal. And I'm probably gonna go after Siam, like Thailand and Vietnam over here. Maybe even further south into Brunei, Majet, and Johor, or I don't know how to pronounce that, but Malaysia, Indonesia, approaching on the Dutch territory. There's an event where I just take control of Madagascar, so no hurry there. China is just a can of worms also. Like It's not that they have so many troops they can just swarm your, even if you technologically outpace them, they just swarm you with cheap troops and they can wear down on your population. It's just not worth it. Besides, when I do eventually modernize, they're going to be very angry at you. Indeed, a grand home. Just researching whatever at this point. I mean, at this early stage in the game, it's nothing you really have to. I was gonna say, am I at war and I just didn't pay attention? Oh, I got the Casus Belli and I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. Well, looks like I got the infamy, but nothing actually came of it. Let's go for muzzle-loading rifles now. Engineers are one of those weird units. They help sometimes, not always. They help when attacking. Oh, nice. Oh my goodness. Trouble back in. No, Belgium. Anything I'm probably gonna. Oh, yes, I'm gonna have to be interested. Let's see what people play sides. Looks like the UK isn't gonna involve, which is curious, considering how their proximity and their interest in the region. And the problem is, whoever side I join, Prussia might join the other side, or Spain might join the other side. I'm gonna have to join Russia. Not gonna sufficiently frighten the Ottoman Empire to give it up, I believe. Okay, do we have the? I'm not paying attention too much, but I need to make sure we have the, if we have the claim. And if I ever forget, I can just check here-ish. Oh, because of the crisis going on, nothing's happening with my claim. Unfortunate. Doing even. Okay, I'm gonna reorganize the armies without killing them. Okay, so we got 5 units of infantry, cannon, good. We want that, and then one more cannon unit. Do we have any? No, we do not have any right at this moment. I'm gonna build one rather quickly. Yep. And I'll reform some of the other armies just to balance it out. Oh no, we already had 5. 2 of your horses. Okay, there we go. And horses. That's gonna be the main army, I believe, with the guard. The guard are very good offensive infantry, and just not so much on the defense. Not as good across the Alps. That's pretty cool. Oh, we're now 2nd in the world. We're doing a pretty good job. We're catching up to the UK. Once this army is done, I'll probably send it to Vietnam. Already naming it the Vietnam Gear. What? No, wrong way. What am I doing? What am I doing? Messing it all up. Population growth is always good. Okay, before I forget, declare war in Algeria. Oh wait, there we go. We'll just defeat the main army and then split up. Come on. Gotta stop running away. Not cool. Influence Peru. We'll do so. Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Oh my goodness. Oh, they can still outrun us. It's just amazing. Okay. Get rid of these guys. There goes that one. I'll make sure we spread out siege as much as possible. Cavalry have a much higher siege rate than infantry, I believe. We want to make sure that... What? Oh great. Means that was almost a Crimean War right there. Especially since Russia's my ally, that wouldn't have been so well. I've gone over so well. Come on, stop running. Not fun. It's not fair if you just keep running. I'm gonna go. Okay, looks like the sieges are going well. But I'm gonna leave this episode here. So, yeah, leave a like, comment, or subscription if you're feeling generous. And I shall see all of you in the next episode.